Hello, my name is Rafael Seiz and I belong to the Department of Applied Linguistics at the Polytechnic University of Valencia. In this learning video, I'm going to deal with some basic technical vocabulary which is very useful for engineering, manufacturing, jointing and fixing techniques. We will start by having a look at some of the most common and typical manufacturing techniques, and also then we will have a look at some techniques for jointing materials and fixing materials together. The objectives are to reinforce this vocabulary which is basic for engineering. Let's start with manufacturing techniques. Manufacturing implies the fabrication of products and goods through the processing of raw materials, and to do so we need the help and assistance of certain specific equipment, machines and tools. We'll have a look at some of these basic machinery as well. In order to describe these techniques, it is important to know vocabulary related to, on the one hand, verbs that describe the specific actions and processes that are used in these manufacturing techniques, and also some nouns related basically to machines, tools and methods related to these techniques. These are some of the most common manufacturing techniques. The most common one is drilling, which implies making a hole in a material which is normally hard with a piece of machinery called drill. We have flame cutting, which implies cutting ferrous metals by heating them up to a very high temperature with a torch. Normally we are talking about 800 degrees Celsius. Also, we have a very typical and important manufacturing techniques in the industry, milling, which is the operation, the elaborate operation of cutting, shaping, finishing or working and machining products manufactured in a milling machine. It implies cuts of a very elaborate shape. Sawing is the cutting or dividing with a saw, and shearing is cutting or dividing as well, with or as if with shears, which are very big and specific scissors. Casting is the act of or the process of making casts or molds. Normally we heat metals up to a very high temperature and we put them in casts and molds in order to give it a shape. Here we have some pictures related to some of these techniques. We also have metal bashing, which is a quite old technique, which implies striking metal with a heavy crushing blow to machine it. It is related also to hammering. Grinding, on the other hand, implies reducing to powder by friction. Drilling with a hole saw implies using a specific tool that we will see later, a hole saw. Perforating a material with a saw blade, and this saw has an annular shape and it creates a hole in the workpiece. Water jet cutting, on the other hand, implies cutting a material with extreme high pressurized jet of water. Punching is piercing holes in a sheet material. 3D printing is very common nowadays and very fashionable as well, and it implies the construction of 3D objects from a CAD or digital 3D model, with materials being added together in layers. Extrusion, finally, is a process used to create objects of a fixed cross-sectional profile by pushing materials through a die in order to give it the corresponding or the appropriate shape. Here we have some pictures of two of the most common manufacturing techniques: water jet cutting and 3D printing. On the other hand, we have jointing and fixing techniques. These methods to keep parts together or to fix them or join them together are normally divided into categories. We have mechanical fixings, such as bolt, screw, rivet, or clips, or non-mechanical fixings, such as weld or adhesive. It implies some other processes apart from the mechanical part. So, if we talk about the processes themselves, we have three categories. Verbs describing any kind of connection, we would have joining and fixing. Describing mechanical connections only, we have bolting, riveting, screwing. And describing non-mechanical connections only, we have bonding, welding, or gluing. Here we have some pictures. The difference between a screw and a bolt is that a screw has an indented head, whereas a bolt has a head which is normally a bolt. The tools that we use in order to fasten and unfasten them are different. We have a screwdriver on the one hand and a wrench or spanner on the other. And we also have here a picture of a rivet, another very important and common fixing technique. Here we have the nouns together with the corresponding verbs for these jointing and fixing techniques. A bolt to bolt, screw to screw. Normally they are the same, except in the case of adhesive, we have the verb to adhere. And in the case of joint, the noun, we have the verb to join, which means to fix together. Here we have some of the tools and machines or pieces of equipment that we need in order to use these manufacturing and joining and fixing techniques. Screwdriver, the hammer, wrench and spanner, which are sometimes used with the same meaning, but they are slightly different. Chisel, vise, which is normally used to fix a workpiece and a bench, and a drill. We also have specific types of saw, such as hole saw here, saw, which is more general, pliers, shears, milling machine, and punch. In conclusion, it is important to identify very clearly the different manufacturing, fixing, and jointing techniques in engineering in order to use the correct and the adequate vocabulary. For every technique, there is a specific tool or a piece of machinery which is related to it. So the efficient way to learn this vocabulary is by classifying it in groups and also put them together. For example, the technique, the manufacturing technique or the joining technique together with the corresponding piece of machinery or tool. I hope you found this vocabulary learning video useful. Thank you very much.